Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the actual mechanics of top-tier design and exploring exactly how it's physically shaping the architectural landscape of Los Angeles. If you've ever looked at a perfectly integrated building and thought, who actually pulls this off and how do they do it? Well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to deconstruct the methodology, the structural approach, and the massive urban impact of Lauren Adams and her firm Letter 4. So what does it actually take to be named one of the nation's most influential architectural minds? Spoiler alert, it's a lot more than just sketching out some pretty lines on a page or having a passing familiarity with a construction site. It requires expertly navigating complex zoning laws, intense structural engineering, and deeply personal client visions all at the same time. We're going to decode the anatomy of this kind of success by looking at a major recent national recognition for Lauren Adams, the co-owner and principal architect at Letter 4. Now, the number 100 tells a really compelling story here. Lauren Adams was literally just recognized by Fixer.com, which is a leading analytical resource for the home improvement industry, as one of the 100 top architects of 2025. This isn't just some localized shout-out, it's a huge metric of national impact. Making an elite list of this caliber, especially in a field saturated with tens of thousands of professionals, proves that her specific methodology is fundamentally resonating on a national scale. To really wrap our heads around what this 2025 honor means, we have to look at the company she's keeping. We are talking about established heavyweight innovators here. This award places Lauren right alongside industry titans like Studio Gang, Barbara Bester, and Brent Kendall. These aren't just big names to drop. They represent a distinct shift in modern architecture towards sustainable, community-driven design. So, to share the national spotlight with these figures underscores that the work Letter 4 is doing is contributing to a much larger, progressive conversation about our built environments. A massive driver for this recognition is her absolute obsession with balancing striking aesthetic beauty with deep, everyday functionality. And, in architecture, that balance is notoriously brutal to pull off. You have this inherent, constant friction between art and engineering. It's so easy to lean so far into pure sculptural art that a home becomes unlivable, or, on the flip side, lean so far into practicality that you totally lose the soul of the design. Navigating that tension, while handling material costs and municipal zoning, is a seriously hard-fought technical achievement. But look, industry validation at this level definitely doesn't happen overnight. To understand how she achieved this, we've got to trace her trajectory. The evolution of a top-tier architect is rarely a straight line. It starts way before formal licensure. It moves through intense academic pressure, like earning a Bachelor of Architecture from Cornell University, and is ultimately forged by over 2 decades of hands-on, high-stakes experience in an incredibly dynamic market like LA. Actually, let's talk about her foundational roots because it perfectly explains her approach. She grew up in this incredibly rich creative environment with a carpenter father and an artist mother. Just think about the opposing forces in that combination for a second. From her dad, she absorbed the grounded, hyper-practical realities of bringing raw structures to life. From her mom, she internalized the artistic, boundary-pushing psychology of design. That dual influence, the hammer and the canvas, became the exact DNA of her methodology. And that exact upbringing is what forged her defining characteristic, a signature style that seamlessly blends high-concept innovation with actual livability. For us here, we know that in Southern California, livability is not some abstract buzzword. It means engineering massive cantilevered structures on dense hillsides to maximize natural light. It means creating a true indoor-outdoor flow that completely respects the local climate. Her 20 years in LA have been spent grounding the innovation she learned at Cornell into the physical realities of building in California. So with a toolkit like that, how you choose to operate becomes everything. When she co-founded Letter 4, Lauren made a very deliberate choice to disrupt the typical, kind of elusive, large corporate architecture model. In those massive traditional settings, the original vision gets diluted so easily, and clients totally get lost in the shuffle of disconnected departments. Instead, Letter 4 champions a boutique, highly personalized, and intensely collaborative partnership to guarantee absolute design integrity from day one. At the absolute core of this firm's success is their design-build philosophy. If you've been around the block, you know the traditional design-bid-build model can be an absolute nightmare of friction. Usually, an architect draws the plans, hands them off, and a totally separate contractor interprets them. Hello, cost overruns and compromised visions, right? By integrating both the design and the construction under one roof, the design-build model totally closes that gap. It ensures bold ideas are actually executed exactly as intended. Letter 4 practically applies this philosophy through a crystal-clear 4-step pipeline. It's completely seamless. They take a raw, ambitious initial concept and push it straight into collaborative design. From there, it's relentlessly stress-tested against real-world budgets and schedules during pre-construction planning. This guarantees total financial and structural viability way before a single hammer swings in the final construction phase. It is quite literally a pipeline of absolute accountability.
And let me tell you, the stakes for this kind of precise methodology get incredibly high when we're talking about highly specialized, non-combustible construction and fire rebuilds. Rebuilding after a wildfire in wildland urban interface areas like Altadena or the Pacific Palisades is basically an architectural gauntlet. You have to navigate stringent fire codes, vulnerable topography, and a client who, understandably, wants a beautiful, open home, not a concrete bunker. This is exactly where that dual background in artistry and hard construction engineering becomes absolutely non-negotiable.
You can actually see the real-world application of this award-winning approach all over the greater Los Angeles area. Their footprint is massive. I mean, designing a structure to withstand the salty, high-wind coastal environments of Malibu or Venice requires a totally different playbook than an intricate historic infill project in the Arts District or DTLA. Navigating these wildly different microclimates, from Silver Lake to Beverly Hills, just perfectly proves the immense versatility of their design-build approach. As Los Angeles continues to densify, the traditional boundaries between the architect who dreams up a building and the contractor who builds it are disappearing. The incredible trajectory of Lauren Adams and Letter 4 leaves us with a really provocative question to consider. With her proven leadership and this massive 2025 Top 100 recognition, what could a truly collaborative, visionary architect do to bring your next dream home or commercial project to life? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I'll catch you on the next one.